Yeah, good morning. Hello. Hello. What was the last topic we have seen in the last class? Equals. Uh, I think it is copy activity based on the file count. Okay. Okay. Now, so today we'll start with the stored procedures with and without parameters. How to write it. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's start with now. So we'll go ahead with the okay. That is nothing but so in the last class, yes, guys. So in the last class, just let me just brush it up you the last class, and then we'll start with the further process because before we explain, okay, before I explain you this the stored procedure, okay. So guys, what's that we want? So let's try to brush it up. So guys, in the last class we have seen this was the okay. Anyways, the blob storage. So blob storage. So we had some containers in the blob storage. We had some containers in the blob storage. That is nothing but input 1. And then I want the input 2 and the input 3. This was the basically, in the last class we have had 3 containers where in each of this container, guys, in each of the container, we had some files. So here we have a 2 files and here we had 3 files. Okay, we had 4 files here and there was no files, etc. There was no files in the input 3 container. Okay, there was no files in the input 3 container. So that means the count was 0. So now guys, we created a file. We created a file that was that is nothing but named as config. That is called config.csv. Config.csv, where guys, in this particular file, we stored the entire information regarding the sync and the source system. Regarding the sync and the source system, we had it. Okay, guys, everyone. So now, guys, based on this, we started. So this is nothing but the blob, and this is the sync system. So I'm using the output. So guys, here we have it. What's it? Output. Output. Okay. So whereas this was the data which you wanted to create it right now anyways. Okay. So now guys, now okay guys, so prior to this, we had created a config file, config.csv, which contains the entire metadata of the source and the sync system. So for that, what we have done, guys, first of all, to move ahead, we have used a activity called the lookup activity to look up on the source and the sync system. What are the things we have it? That is, what is the metadata? So based on this, we have designed what is that? Based on this, we have designed, because the lookup activity, that means returns the output in which form here? In the form of a JSON file. In the form of the JSON file, where this JSON file returned 3 items. That is, first one, the item 1, item 2, and item 3. That means input with the source and sync container. That is nothing but that is first one is the source and sync container, and second one item is also with the source and sync container, and third item with the source and sync containers information. Whereas, as you have only source and sync container here, so what we had, we process the same for each. We have used the for each activity, and here we have processed it to the for each activity. That means for each activity we'll receive the 3 items. Now within the 3, that is for each activity, we have designed a get metadata to get the child items. We have used the get metadata. Everyone, I'm audible, guys? Get metadata to get the child items. To get what is that? Child items. Child item is what? The parent is the folder. You have input container is a folder, and child means files in it. Okay. So we extracted the child items. And based on those child items, okay, if you get the child items, what we have done? Okay. We have used the if condition. Further, we have used what's it? Based on the child item, we have used the if condition with a true or false. With a true and false. Okay. So we have used the true and false. That means we have in the if condition, you will have two words, that true and false. True and false. We have two activities. So as we have used the equals, so we have used the false here. We have used the false. Okay, guys. So now in this case, we have designed it. Okay, what's that? The equals operator we have used. We have used the equals operator. Okay. And so what's that? You have it in the false section only. You can see here in the false section, I have used the true. That is nothing but the equals operator. And then I have used the if false. Okay. Use the equals that is nothing but the function. And also I have used the length function. And also I have used what's that? Length function to extract the length. So then afterwards, okay. So then we have used what, guys? After the finding out the same, if at least it has one that is nothing but child item, then carry out what's that? Copy activity. So then we have used inside it, we have used the copy activity. Am I right? We have used the copy activity. Further to this, if there is no child items, then use what is that? It will become the true. The condition will become true. And then just we have used the activity called wait activity. That's it, guys. Okay. So can you see here? We have used all this this is the thing what the entire process which we have used in the last class. So guys, everyone is okay with this? The last class what we have seen? Yes, please let me know.
Yes.
Okay. So now guys, today we will define, today we will start with the stored procedures. Okay, stored procedures. So completely we'll discuss from now, from today and tomorrow we'll discuss it on the stored procedures, guys. What are the stored procedures and why we use the stored procedure, and how to define the stored procedures with parameters and without parameters. So now guys, I'm using a case study, guys, a case study, the case study, and the title of the case study, everyone, the title of the case study, guys, the title of the case study. So the title of the case study is using of stored procedures, using of a stored procedures, using of a stored procedures, guys, everyone, using of a stored procedures with and without, or we can say without and with parameters. That's it, guys. So we wanted to use the stored procedures with or without parameters. Okay, that's it. So guys, based on this, we'll move further. So I'm designing the source. Guys, what's that? Source data store. Source data store. So source data storage, guys. So the source data storage. So what's the source data store? It is nothing but the Azure SQL database, guys. Azure SQL database, guys, everyone. And the sync system is also Azure SQL database. Sync data storage. So what's that? Azure SQL database, guys. Azure SQL database. Okay. So what's that? You have it. Sync data store and the, guys, sync data store and the source data store. Both are, what is that? Azure SQL database only, guys. So we have it. That's it, guys. So based on this, we will move. So prior to this, I would like to explain you or give a small explanation why we use the stored procedures. Stored procedures. Okay, guys. Basically, guys, the stored procedures, why we use here is, suppose you have a command here. Can you see here? I'm using select a star from hmm, select a star from employees. I wanted to use this command very repeatedly. I wanted to use this command very repeatedly. Now, what is it we will do is, instead of writing, instead of, what is it, guys? Instead of, okay, instead of writing this, or instead of, writing this again and again, we can create an SP. We can create, what is it? An SP, stored procedures. Whenever you require to use this command very repeatedly, guys, whenever you require to create or use this command very repeatedly, that is this one, you have it. Simply what we use it, guys? Simply we use, what is that? When we use this command very repeatedly, when we use the command, what is that? Very repeatedly. Okay. Whenever we use the command, what is that? Very repeatedly. Okay. Whenever we use this command very repeatedly. So at that time, what we use? Yes, what we do here is, guys, instead of writing this command again and again, simply we create a SP, stored procedure, and store this entire command, store this entire command into the stored procedure. Okay, we store this entire command into the stored procedure, and every time whenever you require it, simply call the stored procedure. Simply call the stored procedure. That will be enough. You'll get the same command. Getting my point? So now this is nothing but called as what? Without the parameters. Without the parameter means what? This is nothing but the static. It will get only select a star from employees. That means all employees records it will get it. I want some dynamic things to be added here. What is that? So suppose select a star from employees. Then we use what's it? Where salary less than, okay, 30,000, something you have it. So is this a query static, guys, or it is still dynamic? Tell me now. Yes, guys? Is this the static or dynamic query? Yes, somebody? So even this is, guys, even this is, what is that? Static only. But when you talk about more dynamic, so I want, what is that? I want to use this, but that means nothing but without the parameter. Basically, even this is what? Without the parameters. So guys, if at all you want to, okay, if you should write such this thing, that is nothing but a procedure wherein whenever you require, you should able to get salary less than, or the salary, guys, less than 30,000, or I want sometimes to be trial it as what's that? Various value, with various values you want to trial it. 60,000, salary less than, I can say, salary less than 1 lakh, all these various. So this is called as what? Dynamic. So we should not, static means what? We can trial it with only those records here where the salary of the employees is less than 30,000, not more the value here. Whatever, it's static. That's it. The value is static here. 30,000 means 30,000 only. But here, what is that you have it? You can trial it with various, why? Various things. We can trial with the various values here at different values at different levels. So you can trial it for less than 30,000, less than 60,000, less than 1 lakh, less than 90,000, less than 2 lakhs, whatever, less than 3 lakhs. You can trial it as it is. So that means this is called as what? Dynamic query. So whenever you wanted to write a dynamic query, then we define the parameters. When we define the parameters. Anyways, as of now, what we can tell you here is we use the stored procedure to store the very frequently used SQL queries. So this is the SQL query now. Select a star from employees. I wanted to use this very repeatedly. So for using that, I'm using, what is that, guys? I'm using, what's that? I am using the that is nothing but the stored procedure. Okay, guys, everyone. So now I will start with the practicals here today. Now, guys, as it is, everyone is able to see the screen or not? Please.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I'm just sharing it. I'm opening the tabs here. The first tab is what's that I have it. The first and foremost tab, what is it I have it? Guys, the first tab we have, what is that? Here you have the home page. Open this. So open this. Open this. So now, guys, let's start with the resource group. So I'm creating the resource group. So let's create the resource group here, guys. So for that, I'm just opening this, click on the create blade. As you know, every day we do it. So click on the create blade and now use it. Write it down, stored procedures. Stored procedures RG. This is the stored procedures RG. I want to use it. Use the create. That's it. The resource group is being created now. It's ready. So just keep it here. And now, guys, then afterwards, go to the home page and start using the Azure SQL database, which is my source system right now. So I'm creating the Azure SQL database, guys. Can you see here? I'm creating, click on the create. So guys, so that's it, guys. So now select the resource group as it is, as you know. Select the resource group, and now, guys, create the database. So I wanted to use a database name here as a source database. Source DB. I want to give the name as what? Source DB. And every database required to be hosted on a server. Every database required to be hosted on a server. Getting my point, everyone? Every database required to be hosted on a server. So for that, we require to define the server. So what is a server? Server is like a parent and database is like a child. Getting my point? So now, guys, click on the create. And now use also server name. So I'm using the server name as what? Durga Soft Server. That's it. Okay, this is the server name. So this is the like a parent here. And now every server requires a username and password. So that means when you're trying to log into the database, that means you have to satisfy the username and password of the server basically. That means you have to satisfy the username and password. That is something more. You have to satisfy the username and password at the server level. So I'm passing at the same server level here. So I'm giving as Durga admin. Am I audible, everyone? And following everyone? Please answer my question. Okay, I'm using Durga Soft. Yes, guys. What about rest of you?
Yes,
Click on.
Samir.
Okay, click on OK. Now, guys, this is ready. So now, guys, next you have to decide the pricing tier. So it is taking standard series Gen 5 with a 2 vCore based purchase model with 32 GB storage. Okay, zone is redundant disabled. So now I don't want this much high configuration because we are just using for the practice purpose. So I wanted this as to be used as what? Basic for less demanding workloads. Though the data factory or the Azure recommends to use the there is vCore based purchasing model, but as we don't have that much requirement here, so simply I'm using what's that simply I'm using what's that as the uh, general, that is something but basic less demanding workloads, which provides a minimum of 2 GB data. Even you don't require the 2 GB data, zero point 0.5 GB is more than enough. 0.5 GB, that means 500 MB. So click on this. And now, guys, again, click on the networking tab and allow the public endpoints, that is the firewall settings, and click on yes and click on the yes. That's it, guys. Click on the review and again click on the create. That's it, guys. Now click on the create. Now it is created, everyone. Now it's deploying it. So today we'll create the source first. Then we will create rest of the things. Why? Because what are all the job you're going to do, that is at the source level only. That is defining of the parameters. We'll prepare the source first. Okay. So meanwhile, guys, I'll show you one more thing. That is, uh, we can get connected to the cloud databases by using a third-party application also. By using a third-party application. So that third-party application is nothing but, can you see here? We can use the third-party application here. So guys, so that is called as what? Azure Data Studio. Azure Data Studio. You have to use the Azure Data Studio. Whenever you wanted to use this Azure Data Studio, we require to install it. This is basically a free software. You can install it without having any pirated version and all. So guys, use this Azure Data Studio. How to install it? So whenever you wanted to install the Azure Data Studio, download SSMS software. That means SQL Server Management Studio. This is the software you have to download it, and this download is free download. You can download it in your PC. And then once you download the SSMS SQL Server Management Studio, with this you will get automatically the Azure Data Studio. With this you will get what's that? Azure Data Studio as a free software, guys. That's it. Okay, so that's it. So now, guys, I'm starting up because already I have installed it. So I'm simply starting up here. Azure, can you see here? Azure Data Studio. This is the software. Just click on the open, guys. So meanwhile, it will start anyways. So it will take some time to create. So leave it as it is. Meanwhile, you will see this, the database is created. Now see, this is opened. Let's start because this is coming. Everybody is following or not, guys? I want an answer, ma.
Yes.
Now, guys, this is the Azure Data Studio, which is used to connect the cloud databases. Okay, which is used to connect the cloud databases here. So we have this. So I'm using it, and this can be downloaded by using the SSMS software. If you use to download, so automatically it can be done here. Okay, guys. So here, can you see? Click on the new. Click on the new connection. It will display you this one. Hmm? First of all, clear the connections from here. New connection means you have to establish a new connection here. There is no existing one. Can you see here? There is no existing one connection. You have to establish a new connection. So meanwhile, even I'm deleting all these, the previously dealt programs. Okay, guys. Because I don't want the things to remain. Delete it. And now on the top, you have it, new connection. Click on this, direct the new connection. So guys, what are all the credentials you have given here in the, that is nothing but here you have given the same thing, you have to use it. Now click on OK, go to resource now. The only, that means why we use this basically Azure Data Studio. Basically, guys, why we use this Azure Data Studio, everyone. We use this Azure Data Studio, guys. Okay. Why we use Azure Data Studio? So I'll tell you exactly why we use the Azure Data Studio here. Okay. So guys, here what we do, when you go to this database, guys, when you go to this database, you have a query editor window is there. Am I right or not, everyone? Once you click on this query editor window, guys, once you click on the query editor window and use or assign the password here, everyone. So what we do, we get into a small window that is called as query editor window, where the user can write all the user related queries. Am I right or not, everyone? See, guys, we can write it. Instead of this window, or instead of writing up the program here, we can write it the programs here more comfortably. That is the window size and all. That's it. Okay. So that's it, guys. So now what I will do is, first of all, go to the overview from here. Overview. And now, guys, once you have been to the overview, just copy the qualified server. This is called as a server, qualified server name. Copy the qualified server name. Copied. And now, guys, so here you can paste the server, qualified server name. And now use the SQL authentication, SQL login. Give the username. What is the username? You have it, Durga admin as a user. And the password is the same password. Hmm? And default database is what? Source DB. Everything is normal here. Click on connect. Now we are connected, guys. See, we are connected now. Select the new query. That means this is a window. So now, guys, this window and this window, whatever we have it, are same. This window and this window both are same, guys. Okay, everyone. So instead of writing the programs here, I can write the program here also. Clear, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, now the next one. So I'll write it here. Okay. So let's start with this. So further to this, guys, I'm just writing it here. I'm creating a data set. So I have a script already. So I'm using that test script here to write the program. So guys, I'm just copying the script, whatever I have it. I'm just copying the script. This is a create table script, and I'll write it down the creation script here as it is. Can you see it? Create a table, employees, employee number, integer is the data type, then name varchar 20 is the size, and salary decimal, and this one is 7.2, and department number is int, that is called as an integer. And then we have what is that? Insert into employees available values is what? The following values. And now, guys, these are the all okay. Uh, we have it. So now just select it and run the run. Run means what? Execute the query. So once you execute the query, can you see here? You will have a sufficient space here, basically. So now see here you have it. Select a star from employees. Okay. This is basically I'm using select star from employees. Can you see here? All the 10 employees data is there. Clear, everyone? Now, guys, I'm trialing a query here. So this is nothing but the basic where class I'm using it, the whatever the thing you have used it. Now I'll write some query here. Some query. So select a star from, guys, select a star from, what should I want tell me now? Select a star from employees. Okay. Where you I'm using the where class here. Where what should salary, can you see here? Where salary greater than, can you see here? Now I'm trialing this, guys. So where salary greater than 20,000. So is this a static query or it's a dynamic query, guys? Huh? Is this a static query or dynamic query? Please tell me, guys, everyone. Yes, I want an answer. Yeah, static query.
Static query.
Yeah, why? Because every time you trial, it will return only the employees whose salary is greater than 20,000. Run this. You'll get only those records whose employees' salary is greater than 20,000. That's it. Okay. So now, guys, so these are basically what's it? Static queries. I wanted to make this query more dynamic. So I want to make my query more dynamic here. And I wanted to make this query reusable also. I wanted to make this more dynamic, and I wanted to make this query reusable. I wanted to make this query, what's it? Reusable here. Okay. Reusable and as well as the more dynamic. So for that, I will write it, or we will define the stored procedures. For how to write the stored procedure? I'm commenting. Commenting means what? It is just like an inactivity. Whatever the line you write after this dashes, two dashes are enough basically. After this, whatever the dash you write it, okay. Can you see here? Whatever the dash you write it here. So this will become the comment line. Okay. So for that, I'm writing it here, everyone. So create stored procedure. Create a stored procedure without parameters. Stored procedures without parameters. So I'm creating it. Okay. So guys, first of all, I'm using what's that I wanted to do? Create procedure, create procedure, create procedure, procedure name USP. That means user defined stored procedure. USP understand USP stands for what? User defined stored procedure. and I wanted to give as employees. Okay, guys, that's it. Now once you use the create command in the procedure, then you have to use what's it? So we have to use as command as begin. That means nothing but as begin is nothing but what we use the as begin as the business logic, as use the business logic, or we can say the body of a stored procedure. Okay, so what's that with one or more? Can you say one or more SQL statements? We can use it with one or more SQL statements. We can use the business logic, the business beginning of the business logic. Okay, so now guys, I'm using it. So begin indicates the body of the stored procedure, guys. Okay, so here I'm using it. Everyone, select star from so employees where salary greater than salary greater than 25,000. Still, I'm using it as a static query only, not the dynamic, because I'm creating it without the parameters. It's not dynamic, so it's static. So select it here, guys, everyone. So now close the body here. Close the body. We have to close the body of the procedure by using the end command. By using the end command here. Okay. So begin indicates the starting of the business logic, and end indicates the ending of the business logic, guys. Okay, so just copy this and now run this procedure. Okay, now guys, once it is run, now it is created or not, guys? So now what you have to do is after it is created, guys, after it is created, everyone, after the same is created, I wanted to call it. How to call it? So for that, you have to execute the procedure. So I wanted to execute the procedure. So I'm using the execute the procedure. Execute the procedure. Okay. So what's that I want? Tell me now. Execute, or we can say use exec also. Execute. Okay. So what should we use it? Execute, guys. I can use any command. Exec or execute. What's the procedure name, guys? USP underscore. Can you tell me what's the procedure name? Employees. Want the session to be interactive, guys, not this thing. So let's execute this. Got it? Salary greater than 25,000, guys. Everyone, hello. What happened, guys? No one wants to interact or what? Hello.
Yeah, got
Next, after this, I wanted to go ahead with the what's that, guys? Uh, uh, Create a stored procedure with a single parameter. I want to use it. Create stored procedure. Create procedure. Create a procedure with a single parameter. Single parameter, guys. So for that, create a stored procedure with a single parameter. I'm using this. I'm using it. Create procedure. Create procedure. I'm using procedure name USP underscore employees underscore param. Some name I'm using. That's it. You can use it any name, anyways. Okay. I want to use USP underscore employees underscore param. Now you have to you write the list of parameters now. Whatever the parameter you have it, you have to write it here. Okay, guys, everyone. So parameters you have to define or create by using the at the rate symbol. So now, guys, use it the parameter, create procedure at the rate space. Okay, use a space at the rate. I'm using the parameter name as sal, guys. Parameter name as sal. Okay, and I wanted to give the data type of this parameter as decimal. Decimal. Okay, guys. Decimal. DCI decimal. Okay, guys. Decimal. I wanted to use this one as a 7 comma 2. 7 comma 2. I'm creating a parameter with a name called what's it? Sal. With a name called what is it? Sal. and the parameters are defined by using the at the rate symbol, by using the at the rate symbol. And the data type of this parameter is a decimal. The data type of this parameter is a decimal, and the size is 7 comma 2. That means what's it? 7 comma 2, guys. Okay, so that's it about it. So can you see here, as it is, I'm using it. And now use it here. What's it? As business logic, as begin, everyone. So as begin, I'm using it, guys, everyone. As begin. So I'm using select a star from employees where 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 salary, guys, where salary greater than at the rate sal means what? Any value you can try it. That's it, guys. End it now. So execute it. See here, the procedure is created. So you want to see here, can you see here? Uh, under the programmability, you have a stored procedure. See, you have two procedures. Last time we have used the USP underscore employees. This time you have used the USP underscore employees underscore param. Now you have to execute this procedure, guys. Okay. So how to execute this procedure? Can you tell me, guys? What's the command we use it? Tell me now, everyone. So execute, yeah, execute stored procedure. That's it, guys. So I'm using exec also. You can use it instead of that. Okay. USP underscore, can you see? I'm using the parameter name. Sorry, I can use the procedure name. So guys, I'm using the space, user space. I'm using the space. So give the value. So I'll give it the value as 40,000. No standard value, but I'm using a standard 40,000. Use it here. Run this. That means what it will do, greater than 40,000, it will display. Am I right? Salary is greater than 40,000. Am I right? Everyone? Yes, guys? I will try another way
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
I will try another way. I wanted to query the data now. 50,000. Hmm? So I will try it. I want to use it as a greater than 60,000. You can try it as whatever you wanted. Okay. Clear, everyone? Is it working fine, guys? Everyone?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay. So this is nothing but I'm making the procedure more dynamic. Okay. So guys, I'm making the procedure more dynamic. Now I will create it with the multiple parameters. So create stored procedure with multiple parameters. Okay. So I'll use the create procedure here. Create procedure. Create procedure USP underscore, guys, EMP underscore param. Some name, some change in the name. So last time I've used the employees underscore param. So this time I'm using what's it? EMP underscore param. That's it. And now I'm to use it here. Two parameters at the rate DNO, that is department number. And now give the Sankhya space, give the data type of it integer. Integer and comma. Use at the rate. Again, I want sal, decimal, decimal and use it at 7 comma 2 some value. Okay, that's it. As begin, so use the business logic here as begin, then use it here was select star from select a star from employees where salary, guys, everyone, where salary, huh? Salary greater than at the rate sal, huh? Am I right? And department PT and department number is equal to at the rate DNO. Use the command here at the rate DNO and now run this. See here, is it executes? Yeah, successfully executed. Check here, refresh it. Just refresh it. It will come anyways. Okay. It's created now, successfully created. Okay, guys. So now that's it. Now I will execute it. Execute stored procedure. So I want what's it? Execute USP underscore EMP underscore param. Give the department number as 20, comma, salary is greater than 30,000. Both the records satisfied, both the conditions satisfied record only it will display. See here, department number 20 and the salary greater than 30,000 is this two. In the same way, I can write it with the multiple listing. 30, 40,000. Now, guys, again, so can see here 4, 40, 50,000. Run this. That's it, guys. No records. So let's give it here 30,000, 30, department number 30 only. Got it now, everyone? This does not have the record, so it's not displaying. These are the various values you can try it. Now, guys, why I showed you all this? So that means the question comes here, how to execute this procedure, stored procedure, how to execute this procedure in ADF. That is the query right now. Okay. Everyone, okay. How to basically make out the queries here. How to make out the query here, guys. How to make out the query here. That means how to write the stored procedure, how to use the stored procedure in ADF. That is the query we have it anyways. Okay. So guys, everyone is clear with this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So anyways, I'm just using it. Guys, I'm just copying this and I'll just paste it. I'm just pasting it here in the chat box. If you want, you can use it here. You can trial it as it is, okay? So guys, that's it. So how to use this stored procedure in ADF that we will see tomorrow anyways, okay? because only the 9 minutes is left out now. Even if we start, we cannot complete the thing in ADF. So we will just see this tomorrow. Okay, guys. Meanwhile, just I will show you one more thing. Can you see here? Just come back here. Let us see the procedures are created here or not. Can you see here? Your three procedures are created. Tables. Have you written any
Yeah.
code here? Have you written any code? No code.
No,
Everything is
no
written.
code.
So written here. So that means we are connected with the application. We are on the right path. There is no issue here. Okay. But the same thing you can execute it here also in ADF. It doesn't matter here. But the only thing why we don't use this and why this application is provided is that the size of the window is very less here. The size of the window is very less here. So that's the reason you may not feel that comfortable to write it here. That's the reason we use it. Okay. If your client allows to install that, then no problem. If your client does not allow you to install, then you have to use this one only. Okay. That means when you're working tomorrow, I'm talking about the license issues, all these things happens. So if your client is allowing to install it, then you can use it, or else you have to make forward with the same year. That's it. Okay. So that's it, guys. So now if you have any doubts, you can please go ahead. Yes, please tell me. Okay, guys. So that's it. The thing we have it. So we'll just end up the class here and we'll continue tomorrow with using this stored procedures or applying this to stored procedures. How to apply this in ADF, we will see tomorrow. Okay. That's it, guys. Thank you. I'm ending the class, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.